Germans came. They took him away.
Took who?
Father.
Rex!
Inside the church.
You were there. Are you all right? What can we do?
I don't know. With Renard and Clement away.
It's really good to see you, kid.
You look well.
Not for much longer, once this harebrained scheme of yours gets underway.
Oh, come on, kid. Renard seems...
Renard is overconfident. He thinks they're safe up there. I'm not so sure.
But all they have to do is organise.
You make rebellion sound very simple.
Thank you.
Thanks.
The paratroops will carry out the operation. And you've a strong new team there. Did you meet Dominique and Antoine?
Yes. Not the warmest of encounters.
All right, I got your message. Who's that?
Oh, it's all right. She's a friend.
What's the problem?
It's Rex. The Germans have taken him. They just walked in and dragged him out of the church.
They won't spare him just because he's a priest.
God damn it! He must know so much. About all of us.
He won't give anything away.
We can't be sure.
We all know Rex so well. Nothing will make him talk.
No one can know that until it happens. Until we're tested.
Bless you. I'll take it back when I go off duty.
They must have known who he was. And exactly where to find him.
Yes.
An informer. Someone who's been trusted.
But no one here would do that.
Well, I can't think of another explanation.
Dominique, isn't there something we could do about Rex?
What?
Yes!
Spirit him back home.
Find out where they've taken him.
Nothing can be done. And you know that. We'll just have to protect ourselves as best we can. And alert all resistance groups. I'll send some messages out by Antoine, and you, Adele, must go to ground for 48 hours. And when's your next get?
In an hour.
Good. I think London should know.
How are you really, kid?
All right?
Just all right?
Tell me about her. Is she back out there?
Yes. You know I can't tell you any more.
Is she safe and well?
Yes, kid. Liz is fine.
I miss her.
Please, let me help deliver them.
Have you ever done any courier work for the Resistance?
Renard and Clement, they think I'm still a kid. Childhood, that's a luxury that went out when the war started.
Yes.
I'll be a good courier, and no one will suspect me.
Are you willing to go into Beaufort?
Of course.
Take care of yourself.
All I'm saying is that we need clarification about the diversionary operations in the south.
Yes.
You're saying that the invasion on the south coast is being postponed,
Yes, temporarily.
but that the rising at Le Crest is to go ahead now.
Correct. We want the Germans to think that a southern invasion is about to happen. Then they won't send all those panzer divisions to the north.
I understand, but the rising is being undertaken on the basis that large relief forces will be available. And you've just said...
If
that
you insist on
possibly
being pedantic, there is a possibility that full support might not become available immediately. Now, if we may return...
Sir, I'm sorry, but when you say that full support may not be available
The
immediately...
relief forces might be more effectively deployed elsewhere. Now are you satisfied?
No, sir, I am not. We have promised unlimited
And you must continue
support.
to promise. Miss Ashley, let me remind you of something. This is a war, and we are in it to win. Now, we still have a very full agenda. I'm happy to discuss it privately afterwards, but you must understand. Everything we can do to relieve and support the invasion forces, we will do. The entire course of the war depends on it.
Almaty activity must cease until Renard gets back.
And what about Rex?
You must forget him now. Any idea how it happened?
We have new men joining us every day. It's impossible to screen them all.
Well, you must tighten security checks. They must have got the information out
We
somehow.
watch all the passes.
The mail going out, can it be checked?
Read every letter, you mean?
Yes, to catch the traitor. And what about the telephone? Is it possible to tap the lines at the exchange?
I'll look into it.
Good. See to it, Luke.
Squadron office. Faith Ashley here. This is most urgent. Have Clement and Renard left yet? Well, would you please find out? Thank you. Yes? I see. When? No, there's nothing to be done. Nothing at all. Bye.
There's no point in your silence. We know you are a terrorist leader and a traitor to your government. So, just one or two details for our paperwork. I thought you would approve of confessions. I'm puzzled, I must say. You see, I am not a man of God. Neither am I a murderer. I suspect you think that your calling may protect you from the law of France, and, which is more important, from me. But do you also believe that it will protect you from the necessity of obeying God's commandments?
Do you believe in him, General?
The world we know is problem enough for me. But for you, Father, surely it is something of a contradiction, and what you do violates your relationship with God.
If I were a terrorist...
Oh, come now. You have planned and carried out many acts of violence. Confess it to me. then you leave me with no alternative.
I'm sorry I wasn't able to tell you rather earlier.
Indeed. All I want to know is this. What do I tell our people out there?
Nothing. We have clear orders from Supreme Headquarters. They are to be told nothing.
Do you realize what you're asking?
They knew the risks when they signed on. Listen, Faith. The invasion is hanging by a thread. The lives of millions of men, not just a few dozen. Can't you see? Nobody said it was going to be easy.
No.
Were you talking to Dubois just now?
No.
Well, when you do talk to him, it is absolutely your task to obtain his full cooperation. I trust I make myself clear.
What are you laughing at, girl?
You obviously weren't cut out for life on the farm.
You're right there. Whoever invented the countryside anyway? Wild animals. It's sweltering hot. It stinks. It's about as much fun as a midweek matinee in Macclesfield.
Poor you, such a hard life. My last sced. Cheer up.
I'll take it to the evil boss lady.
She's not that bad. Dominique is rather efficient, actually, and sharp with it.
Yeah, so's a bloody guillotine, just about as lovable.
Anyway, Clement is coming back with Renard, I've just heard.
Well, they can't be any worse than she is.
To meet you. Where's Renard?
What's the matter?
It's quite safe. No one saw me.
They sent word you'd come.
You're right. You manage?
Oh, yes. Don't worry about us. People are kind.
And they suspect nothing.
We're very careful. What's wrong?
Nothing, but I must go now.
Papa?
Oh, Florence. I'm sorry. It's all I can manage.
Oh, it's fine.
First hint of trouble, you know where to go.
Please, take care.
Half an hour with my family.
I'm sorry, but someone's come to meet us.
What's the matter?
Who is it?
Bastards, the bastards.
You're holding him at Beaufort.
You realize what this means?
Rex will tell them nothing.
They may already know about the rest of us. He couldn't have come at a worse time.
The orders from London.
You're to be invested with a very great honor. Rex would have been very proud.
I've been into Beaufort. I've seen where Rex is being kept prisoner. Remember what you said, that we should try and do something for him.
Well, yes, but Dominique...
She isn't in charge here, not really. And not of me.
What are you trying to say?
I think there might be a way of getting Rex out.
Big meeting.
Might be.
Top secret, eh? And they put you on guard, eh, Luke?
All I'm saying is that Antoine must travel with me when I need him.
I can't work without a courier.
There's plenty of resistance help available.
I know, and I'm using them. But the security's got to be tightened. I've got Luke to work on it.
Oh, have you indeed?
You were away. And anyway, we need to know who the traitor is.
All right, all right. Henri. You just had a new baby, I hear. That's very good. So, all the area leaders for the first time, together in one place. That's quite an event, huh? Quite a risk, too. So, what's it all about? All these years, secrecy, quiet, cautious work. They've not gone unnoticed, comrades. We've waited so long. Now the moment has come. The tide is about to turn. France will soon be liberated. And we have been chosen for a great and glorious role!
So the situation is not as we thought. I've been trying to get hold of you.
You British. All promises, but no action. When you briefed Renard and Clément, I think perhaps you knew.
But I've only just learned.
That does not say much for your position. So now we shall have to call off the uprising.
No, Max. It's to go ahead as planned.
Understand me. If there is to be no British aid, there will be no rebellion.
It's a vital part of Allied strategy. It must go ahead.
You would countenance such a great treachery?
I am under orders.
It would be the gravest immorality if I allowed my fellow patriots to go ahead, believing a pack of British lies. If you'll excuse me, I have an engagement.
We were both unaware of the true situation. We must discuss it.
There is nothing to discuss. I will not deceive my people. I will not initiate a massacre.
Yes, a full-scale rising. No. We must prepare properly for the great day. Now I want you all to listen to Clément.
We're to be fully supplied with arms and artillery for the job, and with many thousands of reinforcements. Paratroops will be dropped onto Le Crest.
But we must do everything we can to build up our own stocks of food and medical supplies.
And we shall mobilize. Come out of our holes. Fight the German in the open. Patriots from all over our country will come and join us here. So what do you say?
You will not persuade me, Faith. We cannot do it. To instruct them and then to deceive them.
It is possible that aid might become available. I have argued against going ahead.
Without effect.
You're very cruel. When the invasion forces reach the coast of France, they must receive all possible help. That's the context. You must see that.
I see it very clearly.
We have no choice in the matter. Either of us.
We have our orders and must follow them. Is that what you're saying? We can resign?
Oh, that would do no good at all. At least if we're still in charge, we can push for help, do what we can.
It is treachery. Quite simply.
Then what are you going to do, Max?
As you say, we have no choice.
Thank you. I do understand what I'm asking of you.
It's been difficult for both of us.
I just hope we're doing the right thing. If Clement knew what you were doing...
He mustn't know. Maybe later, but don't say anything to him.
I ought to go instead.
No, it's better this way. You're needed up here.
We'll need help to carry it out.
Just don't involve Clement. You know he'd stop us.
Yes. There's maybe someone else. Anyway, take care.
Blimey, it's the cavalry.
Did you take lessons to become a smarter?
Don't worry, sweetheart. I've had a lifetime's practice.
I've got a job for you.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm sending you into Beaufort.
Oh, the big city. Alain Régie.
Yes. Régie are a large pharmaceutical firm. He's the boss. Now be careful with that. Don't show it to anyone else.
How do I get to him?
It's a large building in the Rue Lafitte. Tomorrow morning, catch Régie arriving. He never gets in before 11. He's a tall man with silver hair. Well-dressed. Very distinguished. Even you can't miss him.
An acquaintance from your dim, distant past, no doubt.
I think you'd better go now.
Yes, ma'am.
Problem, mademoiselle?
The chain. I can't get it back on. Ow!
Please, may I look? There you are.
Thank you.
It's no trouble.
You feed the birds.
Every day. They don't care about the uniform.
I'm sorry.
No, no. Perhaps it's me who should apologize.
You sound tired, monsieur.
Perhaps. I often work nights.
Oh? Me too. Where is it that you work?
Thank you, Suzanne.
So, no joy then?
Nothing. It's always very quiet here, Luke. Just a few business calls, messages from Mother. You know, the usual sort of thing.
Well, he's lying low then.
I thought you'd had an accident on that terrible bicycle.
Oh, well, without it, I couldn't get to my job. How are you, France?
What about a breakfast to fatten you up? That's a very pretty dress.
We have to wear overalls to do the cleaning. I shan't let you see that.
It's sad you have to work. And overnight. My daughter back home, Gertrude, she's your age. She goes to school and goes to sleep at night.
Gertrude, what's she like? She looks nice.
Could you get me both for 3-4 hour? Thank you.
Luke, I must talk to you.
Oh? You take your time.
It isn't about us.
No, hurry.
If it is important news... Yes, I could arrange that. When can you meet him?
What's it for? A call. Damn, they've gone. Did you get it?
Somewhere in Saint Michel, that's all.
What's the matter?
I've got her, the traitor.
Her?
So, Monsieur Regis here. Could you give him this letter, please? Thank you.
But telephone, have you seen anyone use a telephone?
The conditions are terrible.
And you have to live in them.
It affects you.
And are the prisoners very bad criminals?
I don't know. Right now, there's a priest in my charge.
A priest? Has he done something wicked?
Yes. I shouldn't be saying all this.
No, perhaps you shouldn't.
You're a nice girl. You mustn't walk through the streets alone after curfew.
There are only soldiers about. They'd look after me.
Not always. Not every soldier. You must be very careful.
I was quite astonished to receive your letter, my dear Virginia.
Alain, you must understand. I have no past.
Your name?
Dominique Valois.
Charming. And what about your...
No. That's all over and done with.
Well, whatever your name or circumstances, this is a delightful surprise.
For me too, Alain. I didn't think I'd be able to contact you.
Your friend, the man who delivered your letter, it was wrote by my secretary, whoever he was, to take such a risk.
Thanks for telling me. I'll deal with it.
I imagine you'd be in considerable danger if your identity became known. Particularly with such...
Let's talk about the past.
Perhaps you don't know.
Let's talk about the future. truth is, Ella. We badly need your help.
Is she asleep?
I'll go and check in a minute. Clement, if I had information that you might need, you'd want me to say, right?
Come on. Out with it.
Do you promise not to be angry?
Tell me.
It's about Rex and the prison where they're holding him.
You've been into Beaufort?
Just to do a courier job, but that isn't the point.
Courier work? Who for? Reynard?
Dominique let me.
She sent you. Sylvie, you mustn't leave Le Crest. It isn't safe for you.
I know what's safe and what isn't. You forget, Clement. I've been at war longer than you. I can't just stand by and watch.
Don't put yourself in any more danger. What would happen to your mother? You're not to get involved. Do you understand?
Morning, Luke.
You've been using Antoine, so I had to find someone.
Sylvie is barely 16.
The Resistance used children as couriers. Much younger. They're the best. They're never suspected.
She's also Jewish. Didn't you know that?
No one could tell. And she's very reliable.
You're not to use her again.
What's got into you? It's up to me as area leader.
No, Dominique, I'm telling you.
Now listen.
Don't use her. It isn't safe.
I don't think it's that at all.
I'll bring you some more when we get some.
Luke, can we talk now? It's important.
Seems a bit late for talking.
It's about Rex.
Well, I think I know who betrayed him. Who the informer is. We tapped into a phone call to a German officer.
And?
I'm pretty sure it was your friend Nicole.
Nicole? Don't be silly.
Listen,
She hates them.
What do we really know about her?
Only that she saved my life and risked her own in the process.
Oh, that's right. Believe her, not me.
Luke, you've got it wrong. Whoever you heard, it wasn't Nicole.
No? Well, let's wait and see, shall we?
Don't you ever do such a stupid thing again. It was careless and lazy.
Hey, hang on a minute. They were getting suspicious. I had to hand it in.
But if you'd only followed instructions.
I did.
As it was, a secretary read that letter, and I had to put my real name to it. If she put two and two together...
Well, you
it
shouldn't
wasn't
reveal
your-
anything in a letter. How was I to know? It would help if you started to trust me and told me
Trust
things.
you? Don't you ever disobey my instructions again in any detail. It was for a purpose.
So, you have some more information for us?
They heard my telephone call. It's only a matter of time. You just got to get me away.
But you're doing so very well. And you say something big is brewing?
Oh, I can't go back. You know what they do to me.
Please be calm. Your safety is my concern. You are invaluable.
Just get me away from here.
If necessary, then of course we will get you to safety. But as I understand it, Mademoiselle Dissart, there are only vague suspicions held against you?
Well, I've no proof. Not yet. But...
Then we must prove that you are loyal and true to their cause. Yes, I have a little idea.
Get a message to the electricity station. Send out a warning.
And I've made good friends with the garden. Adele, I really think there's a way we can do it.
We can't do it by ourselves, Sylvie.
I started trying to tell Clement. That chance.
We need a backup. We'll need a car to get Rex away.
There's no one else.
Asking Luke didn't work out. If Clement says no, I can't go against his orders. There might be a way I can persuade him. We'll have to act very soon. They won't keep Rex there for long.
Adele! Quick! German soldiers on the road, heading this way.
Coming here, but the guns, the ammunition.
What can we do? Where's the stuff hidden? Quickly, we'll put it down the well. Get the cows out again.
You're frightening the cattle. They have to come past.
Get them off the track.
You'll have to back away.
We have to get through. Get them off the track.
I can't. You'll have to back away.
God, I hope so.
I was up there when I saw them. I've hidden everything. What do you want here?
You know very well, mademoiselle. Search the barn. Search the loft now, and the farmhouse thoroughly.
It's her, I tell you. Why else would they come here? Shh.
Aren't you going to apologise for the disturbance?
We have finished, mademoiselle. For the time being.
Where's Adele? What have you done?
They didn't find anything.
They left empty-handed. Nothing at all.
Thanks to Nicole. She was brilliant.
Thank you.
You were right. There must be a traitor. They knew exactly where to look.
A Maquis recruit. It must be.
That officer in charge, he was the one at the roadblock. He didn't recognise...
Sylvie helped a lot too.
What the hell are you doing here?
I need to talk to you, Clement.
That was very clever, König.
Thank you, sir. That little wireless operator, she must think I have a mind like a cabbage.
So, our source of information on the crest will continue. It is a pity about the priest that he won't give us anything.
What are you going to do with him now, sir?
There can be no exceptions. He should be happy. He will soon be with his God.
Clement, I've got something to say. I've made a decision. I'm going back to England.
You're what?
I'm deserting. I'm sorry, I know it's the wrong time.
But this is nonsense. You know what's being planned. There's no other pianist for this area. You better tell me.
In some way I don't understand, it's all been down to me. Luke's family, Solange and her daughter, and now Rex.
You just happened to be there.
It was me every time.
It's coincidence.
I hid, I took care of myself, and they died.
We can't operate without you.
And now Rex will die too.
Adele, listen to me.
There is a way out. If he lives, it all begins to make sense. If he dies, then it doesn't, and I can't carry on.
Now I understand. Blackmail.
I just can't carry on if you let Rex die. We found a way to get him out, me and Sylvie.
I knew it.
She's been through so much, more than any of us.
You talk about Rex's life as if it didn't matter to me. But Sylvie...
I know you're fond of her.
It's more than that. Don't you see? She's hope for me of what might be when all this is finished. Do you understand what you're asking?
We haven't got very long, Clement. They'll kill him very soon.
The priest has not cooperated. But I have another string to my bow. And it's playing a pleasant little tune. The new controls appear to have been effective. The rebels are quieter now.
Yes, that's excellent.
It is certainly good news for you following your promotion. You've had time to settle in after your move?
It wasn't so big a change. I still live at my old home.
Oh, indeed.
Which makes rather a lot of travelling. But the chateau's been in my family since 1778.
I know so little about you, Philippe. You have a wife and children?
Neither, I'm afraid.
You won't be needing that. I'll be going in with you.
Any problems, you know where to contact me now. Have you got all of that?
Yeah, my Führer.
You really think you're funny, don't you?
Audiences all over Europe did, darling.
I have to go.
Back to Beaufort. Cocktails, dinner at 8. Tough at the top, ain't it?
We need medical supplies.
Yeah. Well, off you go then and win the war. And I'll be off home to my supper. Stale bread and smelly cheese. If I see another goat, I'll beat it over the head with one of those flaming baguettes. Can I borrow your hat?
You won't let me come with you then?
It's not a good idea. It's best to stay out of it.
You're going to do something in Beaufort, aren't you? Well, wherever you're going, take care.
I will.
I had to leave behind my entire life, such as it was.
Your family?
My wife died 5 years ago, after a long illness. At least she was spared the war.
So you have no one?
Only my son, Jean-Louis, a cavalry officer, now in the Maquis. Last I heard, he was still fighting. Somewhere in France. I trust he's still alive.
Isn't there somewhere you could find out?
Not really, until the conflict is ended. And you? Perhaps there's a Mr. Ashley in some dark recess, hmm?
I was married and divorced. Very young.
You never tried again?
I found the working world more appreciative. A woman is expected to give up everything for love.
That shouldn't be necessary. Perhaps you haven't known the right man, Faith.
I'll be waiting.
When he helps you in and isn't looking, that's when I'll come, okay?
It's possible I may find a way to lose a few items.
That's splendid. But we'll be needing more than a few, Alain.
I can't help but feeling very curious as to why.
I wish I could tell you. But something very Oh, my God.
Who's there?
Please, France! I've been attacked! Please help me. It's Sylvie, France, please. I'm injured, France. Please take us in. Please.
Damn it! This must never be reported.
I knew you'd help me.
What happened?
It was the soldiers.
They were chasing us both. I managed to get away. Can we have a glass of water?
It's real. It's got bullets in and I can fire it. Don't move.
What's he doing here?
I tried to warn you, but you wouldn't listen. Watch out.
Who is that?
Dr. Alain Régy, the pharmaceutical magnate.
Ah. Introduce me, please.
Of course. Good evening. Good evening. May I introduce you to General Heinz Stuckler?
General, pleasure.
Monsieur Régy, I've heard much of your enterprises.
You two know each other?
Yes.
No, I...
Not very well.
It seems you are all acquainted. But not you and I, madame. General Heinz Stückler.
General, this is...
Madame Valois. How do you do?
You knew, didn't you?
Yes. You've come for the priest. I'm glad.
Quickly, Father, you all right?
Yes.
What will you tell them?
6 desperate men overpowered me.
Good luck.
Keep it for yourself, my dear. You're going to need it. Come on now.
A small miracle, when you say, Luke.